Hey, what's up YouTube? We're here with Matt.
Matt.
And Matt, what deck are you playing?
I'm playing Infernoids today at the AwesomeYugiohCup.
AwesomeYugiohCup. Yeah. So let's see the deck.
So first off, starting with the Infernoids, I play 2 Decatron.
Only 2?
Yeah, I'll explain the reason for that later in a bit. 1 Paramais, because he's not that good, but he's occasionally good in the Shadal matchup.
Sure.
3 Antra, because he's better than Paramais, like shuffles back a lot of extra deck monsters like Dante and Shadal fusions.
Yeah.
3 Harmadic. His effect is not that great, but his level is actually really good with Decatron to make level 4s out of Decatron. So you can make rank 4 and level 8 plays with synchros.
Yeah.
3 Patrulia for back row.
Sure.
And also a level 4, really good. Triple Saitsumas, best card in the deck. All he has to do is attack a monster, doesn't need to destroy it or anything, just needs to attack and survive the attack, and then you can banish a card at the end of the battle phase, doesn't target, so your opponent just has to guess and chain appropriately if they want to dodge it. 3 Attendants, because he's a big beat stick, he does a lot of damage, usually facilitates the OTKs, and for your rank 8 plays. And 1 Devyati, and 1 Nunku for spells and traps, monsters, and for negating the others.
Did you ever miss like a second one of either? Sometimes people play like 2 Devyati.
Well, in the main deck sometimes, but usually like I side the second copies of each of them, so it's like when I need them I'll just side them in depending on the matchup. So for non-Infernoids, 1 Trooper,
Sure.
and 2 Raiden. So this is actually the reason why I play 2 Decatrons. So I think 4 or 5 normal summons is optimal, but with this you have like a varied level. You have 2 level 4s, 1 level 3, and 2 level 1, so it's like really hard to guess what level you're gonna excavate with. Reasoning, best card, engine of the deck. Honestly, it doesn't even matter if they called it right. If you get 2 or more Infernoids in your graveyard, you're golden, you're good to go. 1 Monster Gate for if you do not want to rely on your opponent for being unlucky. 2 Charge of Light Brigade, gets your engine going, gets Raiden, which like, if Raiden in this results, it's like 7 cards in your graveyard, so it's really good. Also searches out Lila, which I side deck. 1 Void Seer. A lot of people don't play this anymore. I actually do, because a common play which I have made today against back row heavy deck is when I have this in hand, I summon the Devyati, and even if they have skill drain or lose 1 turn or Recliate, I can just chain this, it gets unaffected and it just blows up the entire back row. And
nice.
I also play the Void Seer because a lot of times people forget about its graveyard effect. It doesn't start a chain, it's unconditional, it's kind of like 101's destruction prevention effect. So if they Dark Hole or Raigeki, you can just banish this and you'll be good to go. 1 for 1 to bring out Decatron.
Sure.
1 Burial to get banished Infernoids back to the graveyard. 1 Cyclone. That's it for the spell lineup. For traps, double Mirror Force, because usually it's kind of hard to get like over really big monsters like Leo or Star Eater or anything like that without wasting too much resources, so Mirror Force gets rid of that. Double Needle Bug Nest, mill more cards, always good. Double Breakthrough Skill, one of the best cards in the deck actually, because if it's milled, it's not dead. You can always banish it to get rid of a Majesty's Fiend or Vanity's Fiend effect, and you can continue your special summons. And best card of the deck, also Torrential Tribute. So if they summon something in their turn, you can just chain all your Infernoid's Tribute effect, banish everything they have in the graveyard, and you'll just basically go plus off of that.
Yeah.
So what do you want to see next? Extra or side?
You choose.
I'll just go for side then. So for side, 2nd copy of Onunchu and Devyati.
Sure.
For if I needed them. 1 copy of Lila, because you can search over Charger Light Brigade, and I really hate Imperial Iron Wall, which I have seen plenty today. Speaking of hating Imperial Iron Wall, this is why you play 3 of these.
Sure.
Also just generic Floodgate hate. Let's see here. Triple Mistake against Necros.
Yeah.
You don't want them to add. It does clog a little bit with your Charger Light Brigade, but it hurts them more than it hurts you. Let's see. Double Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, 4 Shadals and Burning Abyss.
Yeah.
Triple Royal Decree against Tellers, people that side in Imperial Iron Wall.
Sure.
And last copy, Fiend Comedian. I kind of see this as a fifth reasoning, basically, because what it does is you flip a coin. If you call it right, you banish all the cards in your opponent's graveyard immediately. So Burning Abyss, Shaddoll, Necros just lose all their resources. If you call it wrong, you get some mill cards from the top of your deck equal to the cards in their graveyard. So it's like basically a second reasoning or Needlebug Nest.
Nice. So would you ever consider siding like the third Decatron so you can, because you can summon it more easily to throw the Petulia to get rid of the Imperial Iron Wall?
I might, but I've noticed that a lot of people have been calling 1 and 4 anyways on reasoning, and this deck like mills kind of hard. So like there's a big chance your Decatrons are going to end up in grave anyway.
Right. Yeah.
So let's see. Extra deck. Let's start with Synchros first.
Sure.
Trishula, because you can make it with Decatron, Harmadic, and Antra. So that's basically level 9. 1 Stardust. Actually won me a game against Ignites. I just had a really bad hand, summoned Decatron, made it level 4, summoned a level 4 Infernoid, made this, and just sat on this the entire game. Like, it's so easy to make this card with Decatron not being available. Black Rose. One trick you can actually do with Black Rose if you really need to assure that your opponent's field is getting wiped out is you can summon one of the bigger Infernoids that have a quick effect of banishing or tributing a card on your turn. Yeah. So you first summon the big guy, then you make Black Rose, however you want, and then you on Black Rose's activation you just chain a Tondil's effect. It goes to the graveyard, it dodges skill drain, lose 1 turn, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Ancient Sacred Wyvern, because OTKs.
Yep.
Scrap Archfiend and Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth, because they're not counted as effect monsters, so they don't count towards the Infernoid summoning limit of 8 or less, so it just bypasses and you can flood the field like this, and 2 of these is usually game. It's 8,000. That's it for Synchros, I guess.
The Exceeds.
On to XYZs. Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. Sorry, it's Ghost Rare, so kind of hard to see. Usually make this with 2 Attendants. It costs you a little bit of resources, but negating is just so good.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1 Big Eye. 1 Draco Sack.
Staples.
Usually if you can make 2 Saitsamasa and attack with them and then make this main phase 2, you're in a good position. Actually, a new card I put in today, Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so the reason why I put this in is because if I manage to get 2 attacks in with Saitsamas, that's 5,200, and they'll only have... If I'm facing Clifford, they'll have even less life points to play with, but 2,800 is like a really small life pool point to play with when you're facing this card.
Yeah.
Gemini Pearl for the same reason as Scrap Archfiend. It's not counted as an effect monster.
Sure.
Castel, Excited Knight, Abyss Dweller, and Dante.
Sure. So, anything you want to say before we get...
Shout out to Dutch Dueling Network. Shout out to Jeppe, Machine Emperor Weisel. Shout out to Joey Tuckenberg of the Tuckenberg Cup hosting this tournament. Shout out to Joshua Oster for helping me Fairycraft and build this deck. And shout out to my girlfriend Lorraine. I love you. And that's it.
Okay. Good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.